Hey guys, and welcome to part 2 of this series on how to build the Uruk-hai sword. So, I've already given you some background on the Uruk-hai in the very first episode, so go ahead and watch that if you haven't seen that yet, because that's where we begin the build. And in this episode, I'll just be finishing it up and testing it. And in the test, I'll be testing it on a paint can with the spike, some milk jugs, some water bottles, and an apple. The apple was kind of rotten though, so it didn't really work that well. Okay guys, I've already started beveling this thing on the top a little bit. It's going pretty well. I'm just gonna see if I can get a little bit more. I probably need to go purchase some metal blades. Metal sandpaper. I'm not sure, like for metal grinding. I'm not sure if this is wood or metal. It just came with the sander. I'm pretty sure it's wood though, so I think we're not getting too far. But maybe I'll go purchase some of that, and then we'll continue sanding this bigger bevel. But I'm just gonna try to finish this up on this piece of, I guess, wood sanding paper that came with it. Alright, now I'm just going to sand this bevel out some more. I already tested it a tiny bit, and it's definitely working way better than those. I guess that was a wood belt that was on here, so let's just get to it. Alright, now I'm just going to change to a 80 grit sandpaper and go over this again to try to get it a bit more cleaned up. But first I'm going to go along these this part that I only got with the angle grinder earlier and touch it up a bit more. Okay, right now I'm just going to take the angle grinder, and I think I figured out what I'm going to do with the handle. I'm going to cut a little bitty piece off here to make it thinner where I can hold on to it, and then cut off a piece here. And in the movie, it's wrapped in like some type of string, and I'm just going to take my paracord, I'm going to wrap it in that to make it a bit more comfortable. And we're going to see how that works, and then if that doesn't work, then I'm going to take some wood and go from there and maybe try to make a handle and then wrap it in that and just see how that works. But for now I'm just going to cut these metal pieces off, and then I'm going to wrap it in some string, and we're going to see how that feels, and then we'll go from there. Okay, while I was cutting this, I realized that this is probably going to be pretty weak and it might break if I hit stuff with this. So I am going to go ahead and do the wood. So I'm going to go get a 2x4 and cut it down. And I'll video that. I'll go to the miter saw and cut me a piece off, how long it's going to be. And then we'll go from there. That's still very hot. Okay, meant to show y'all what I did with the handle, but I kind of forgot, and just I've wrapped it in twine because I tried some wooden handles and they just failed really bad. Like I broke 3 drill bits and some other stuff, so that failed horribly. So I just wrapped this in twine, and then I took some paracord and did this wrap all around the handle, but it's not really anything special. I just kind of crisscrossed them up a little bit and then tried to melt the sides of the paracord to keep it on there. It slips a tiny bit, but that should be fine. And now I'm just going to kind of go over this with spray paint to make it look a little bit more like the movie, because I think they were black. I'm just going to go over it lightly, so I'm give it a little bit of a black foggy look. Okay, I didn't have any tape that I could find, so I'm just going to spray paint it, and then I'm going to come back and grind this bevel silver again and go from there. So I'm just going to wait for this to dry, and then I'm going to flip it over and do the other side, and then I'll test it on some milk jugs and some other things that I have, Coke bottles, water bottles, and things like that, and we'll just see if it'll cut. It's aluminum, so I don't really think it'll cut that well with the blade, but it does have this spike on the back that I would like to whack some things with and just destroy them. So that should be fun. Okay, I'm going to do a quick test with the sword just on this milk jug. It got a hole punched in it somehow, so I'm going to just see if it'll cut a hole in it. I'm going to test it with the blade. I wasn't able to get it too terribly sharp because it's aluminum, but I'm just going to see if it'll cut through it. I doubt it does, but I'll just try it and see what happens. There's a little bit of a hole in it. I'll do the spike now. I would say it's pretty dangerous. Definitely not something you would want to get yourself hit by, for sure. The milk jug's empty. It's got a big hole in it there. There. Apparently the blade did a little bit of something, because I know I didn't hit it that many times with the spike, so I think the blade hit right there and cut it there and there, so apparently it's not too dull. Okay, now I'm going to take out another milk jug with the sword. Wow. Apparently that's sharper than I thought. Cut right in half. Pretty cool. Didn't even get to use a spike on that one. That's kind of sad. Sadder for the milk jug though, because there's nothing left of it. But that was really fun. I'll test the spike on it to start with. Sliced it right through the bottom. This top edge here is sharp, so that could be what helped with that. So when I spiked it in, it probably cut. Pretty cool. Okay, now I'm going to slice through this apple I found. I'm going to see if it'll cut through it.
Oh. Did it cut through it?
Yep. Okay, I would try to eat some of this, but it's a pretty old apple and I got it all dirty. But it cut in right there. And it broke it into 3 pieces, so worked pretty good on the apple. Okay, now I'm going to try to spike this paint can and see how that works. I'm just going to see how it works. It might break my spike, but for the fun of it. Right into it. Oh. Yeah, I'd say it can go through metal, especially a paint can. I have some paint all over my blade now that I gotta go wash off where that dries on there, and then I have a disgusting splotch on the spike there, but I would say that worked really well. Alright, I finished the Yurkai sword and it turned out really nice. As you saw, it jabbed into the paint can really well and the spike cut off the bottom of the water bottle nearly. The blade almost cut off the milk jug's bottom, and almost cut through the milk jug that I did at the very start. The blade cut through the apple and sliced it into 3 pieces and almost cut it into 4. So it worked, and it worked really nice on that. When I stabbed it in the paint can, it did get some paint on it that I couldn't get off, so I just sanded it down and repainted it, and it looks just like new. So that's a nice characteristic of it, that you can just replace the paint anytime you want and it still looks really nice. So I just hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe if you like what you see, so you'll be able to see more of it. And just thanks for watching.